Well, all right, everybody, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So glad that you are joining us this evening. We are here for a special edition, a Dallas edition, is what we are doing tonight. So, me and the producers and Miss Zondra Evans herself are here to talk about visibility, about moving forward, about growing pains, whatever, as it relates to media and your brand. So we are excited to be here today. And before we get into a lot of conversation, we're going to try to fit as much as we can into an hour. But it's just a lot of content. So we might have a part two, three, four, whatever. So we're going to go ahead and get started with some introductions. First, I want to say, hey, everybody, glad to be here. I'm Lachelle, also known as America's Supermom, mother of 15 children, and I'm a TV producer on the Zondra TV Network. Not only do I have one show, but I actually have a micro network, which is a channel that allows me to have up to 12 content creators join me on a mission of empowering business owners with personal development, stories of inspiration. So if that is you, you might want to just sit down, take some notes, and contact me afterwards so that we can get you a part of our team and making an impact in the world. So I'm excited to be here tonight. And let's go over to you, Anita. Good evening.
Good evening. How did I feel like I was going to be on the spot because I'm next to you? But it's all good. Good evening, everyone. Ladies, it always is awesome opportunity to be in you all's presence. I am just happy to be able to be here. So, my name is Anita Newson. I am known on social media as Anita in the Biz Coach, and I love and I have a passion for nonprofits and businesses to get them started up and running, get them some funding. Usually, my specialty I use is grant funding and other strategies. So I love to collaborate with other agencies and entities to help them be sustainable. So that is my passion. And another one of my passions right now, God has got me on this new trail, y'all. Oh, have mercy, Lord. So I actually went through a 6-year divorce. So I know the struggles and pains of going through something like that is traumatic. It can be, right? And so I have started to work with women that are going through or have been through divorce. And I recognize that that's a hard place to be in sometimes. And I help them to find their voice and create the message that God has put within them. So I am so honored to be here in you all's presence tonight. Thank you so much.
Awesome. All right. We're going over to you, Ari. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you for having all of us. This is such a wonderful experience. So I'm Ari Wells. Call me your freedom coach is what I like to call it. All about your mindset, just getting free, figuring out who you are. I'm author of Girl, You're Free, Shake Those Chains Off. I'm also a TV producer with Lachelle and Ms. Zondra for Zondra TV Network. And I am here with the rest of these wonderfully awesome ladies, just here to catch up and talk about Dallas.
Awesome. All right. We're going to go to you, Chanel.
Hi, how you doing? I'm so excited to be here. Unfortunately, my internet is lagging, but my name is Chanel Coleman Wesley. I am the Empower Her strategist, and I'm so excited to connect with these amazing women tonight.
Awesome. And then we have Jennifer. Hey, Jennifer.
Hello, ladies. How are you? I'm very excited to be here. I am Jennifer. I'm the editor-in-chief for I Am Magazine, an international digital magazine designed and dedicated to providing an insightful, upbeat look at what makes us special and unique. Every issue is filled with inspirational stories and articles to inspire you to grow and reach your potential. This month, we had the fabulous Zondra Evans on our cover on the English and the Spanish magazine because we have joined her team and Lachelle's micro channels with our episodes in English and in Spanish for Conversations with I Am and Conversaciones con I Am. So I am looking forward to it.
Love it. We need to get brushed up on our Spanish. So we can at least say, ¿Cómo estás? Okay.
Exactly.
I love it. I love it. So Kate has joined us. Hey, Kate, I can't unmute you. I think you have to do it yourself. Can you hear us? She's frozen. Okay, we'll come back to Kate. So now we're going to go over to Miss Zondra Evans, and so glad for you to join us, Zondra. Please share whatever is on your mind right now before we get started.
That might be a lot. So, you shouldn't open it up like that. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Zondra Evans. I am the founder and CEO of Zondra TV Network, and we're located here in Dallas, Texas. And, we've been at this game of streaming TV for a long time. So the last 7 years, that's what we've been doing. We've been establishing so many things to help small business entrepreneurs, especially to be able to scale and grow their business. So again, I am Zondra Evans, founder and CEO of Zondra TV Network.
Love it. And I just want to say 7 years, it for some people doesn't seem like a long time, but when you're dealing with technology and advancements, I mean, 7 years is like 70 years, because things change every day. So I just want to definitely recognize your consistency and fortitude and all that you're doing. So we are excited to be here because some of us had never met in person. Zondra was really the catalyst for us coming together. And we are all representing one micro network, coming together with content in order to empower business owners and just the audiences that we all serve together. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and ask the first question for Zondra about the 7-year experience with the network. Did you even think that you would be where you are today? And, just take us a little bit on the journey of how you started and where you see yourself going.
That's funny because, my first answer is absolutely not. I never, absolutely not. I never saw myself. So, a lot of times, y'all, you don't really see yourself as this or that. You're not, I didn't see myself as being a talk show host. I didn't see myself as having a TV network. I didn't see myself being on TV, period. My stage was, give me a mic in my hand in front of thousands and I will, I think I could slay the people. And, I really was like, that's what I want to do. That's really my superpower in my mind. But, sometimes God has a different plan for you. And so when I was presented with this 7 years ago, I was like, streaming TV, Roku, what should I do? But I always tell people I don't do anything without praying. So I prayed about it. And I got this here feeling in my stomach, like, go buy the channel. Well, I couldn't tell nobody, y'all. Because if I had told my daughter or my son, they would be like, you ain't gonna have no money. You spending all your money on a dream. You don't even know what to do with streaming TV. But I bought it and I didn't tell anyone. But being obedient to the call and saying yes is what has propelled us into where we are today. So sometimes I have to pinch myself and go, did this really happen? Did we really put this all together? So that's the answer to that question.
Love that. Love that. And we're just going to have an interactive dialogue. This is a panel. All these lovely ladies are phenomenal with things going on in their own personal lives and with their businesses. So you guys feel free to jump in with questions.
So Zondra.
Yes.
Yes. So, I think about when I stepped out on faith and resigned from my job for the last time, because I had done it before, right? And said, this is the last time. I'm not going back. I'm not going back. Yeah. And I went back a few times. But this time I promised myself I would not go back. I am determined that this is my calling and I'm going to walk in this season, right? Yeah. So I would like to ask how, I don't know if that was your journey. I remember hearing a little bit about your story, but can you tell us maybe how you got faith over fear to maybe step out in that?
This is a good question, but this is loaded, y'all. It's a loaded question. So let me talk about that because I used to call corporate America my umbrella of protection. I spent 40 years in corporate America, and so that was my umbrella of protection. They provided me benefits. They even had, you know, some of their employees became my clients. So I had an embedded client base. You know, everything was lined up for me inside the walls of a corporation. And so I had never really thought, oh, I might, you know, not be here. But I did create an exit strategy. And that exit strategy I started implementing before I left corporate America, not knowing that I'd ever be laid off. Now, I had never lost, I got laid off actually about 8 years ago now. And I was like, you know, skipping the halls and being all happy about it. And I said, well, now that I look back at it, it's because I had an exit strategy. But one of the things that I am sure of, that if this is a calling on your life and you accept the call, there's one thing that you have to remember. Our God is big. And so a lot of people like to talk about, I'm living outside the box. No, you got to learn how to live without a box, because anytime you live outside the box, you'll be tempted to jump back in it when times get rough. So I'm saying you learn to live without a box, because that's where all of the possibilities really live, is when there is no box. See, to me, God can do anything. All things are possible. So for me, it's about living without a box. So I started out with living without a box, because if I tried to be like everybody else and say I'm living outside the box, I knew I was going to jump back in and be like, let me go get me a job. This is getting hard, because it's going to get hard. Tests and trials will come, but you got to have that stick to itness and know that you have been divinely called to do something special in the universe.
Oh, I love that. I love that. You're making me think about, I was just watching an episode of some show I'm watching right now, and all these different things that I watch, right? But they were talking about this story, and I can't remember the people in it, but they were going to battle, right? And they had to get off the boats, their ships. And they were facing, you know, it was almost like a David and Goliath type, you know, scenario. And the leader or the captain or whatever, he burned all the ships up. And he made it to where they had no other choice. They had to forge forth, you know, so that's what that really sounds like to me. What do y'all think, ladies? That was awesome. Thank you. Without a box.
I love that. I think that sometimes that living outside of the box, like you said, that's wonderful. It's just is such an awesome thing to think about. That made me think about what you were saying about how you didn't tell anybody before you bought your network. So can you like talk us through, you know, knowing when to speak, knowing when to tell your dream, knowing when not to just yet? Because sometimes that's a rough space of like, because you know you can't go it alone, but then sometimes it might be too early to say something.
You know, that was a good question, because first of all, so you have to think about what was happening in my life. Like when I said, okay, not even to accept the call to be on TV, I went to a small business fair, and there it was like I was talk to this woman right here. You got to see her speak, and that woman is still with me today. But I stayed to the end of the day because I wanted to hear her speak. And let me tell you, it was so long ago, I had a checkbook. I always think about I had a checkbook. The woman said, if you're serious about speaking on bigger stages, come to the front. Well, see, there's so much power in believing in who you are and what is inside of you and what you've been called. You've got to know who you are and why you're here. So I knew what that answer is. I'm here to inspire and motivate people to be absolutely the best they can be. So when she did it, I felt like it was altar call. I said I could have rolled up there and slid in on my knees. I said, it's me. You know, it's me. I'm the one you're looking for. I want this opportunity. But at that time I wrote a check, and it was a big check, and I didn't tell nobody. And I didn't tell anybody because people would go like, girl, well, you spend all that money on somebody that might get you on bigger stages, and, you know, naysayers. So I don't want no naysayers. I didn't tell my kids. I didn't tell my friends. I didn't tell nobody. So that was my first experience with faith walking. Like I'm gonna step on faith. I'm gonna write this check. Not that I had the big money either, because I didn't. But I was like, I believe that this can happen. The very next day, because of my obedience, I was speaking at the Veterans Administration because I did business with her. So obedience is better than sacrifice, but in order to be obedient, you got to sacrifice something. So that was my first, kind of experience with that. Then later on is when they called me about the TV network, and I didn't tell nobody because I remembered what it was like when I wrote that check and hired that PR agent that actually started getting me on TV and radio. And I didn't even know nothing about TV and radio. I didn't know I was supposed to be paying. They was like, that's pay to play. And I was like, they was asking me to come on for free. And then they were keeping me over after a break. And I was supposed to be paying for that. So my PR agent got me going in that direction right away because that is what God had for me. So I think that it's good to keep some things to yourself until you're ready to come out with it. Because when you do come out with it, child ain't going to be smiling at you, but their eyes going to be saying, if you don't go get you a job, ain't nobody. Yeah. That's how I was done when I finally came out to talk about it.
Oh, wow. So that to me just speaks to like wisdom and discernment is what I was hearing. Yes. Just using your wisdom and discernment. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I think that helped me for sure.
You're welcome.
I totally love that and resonate with it because, having a large family, people, looked at us, I don't know how many times, like we had 2 or 3 heads, but when God is calling you to do something, you can't get the validation from other people, and I think that really builds a lot of character, which for me kind of leads into the next thing where people are, oh, I don't know about visibility. I'm a little, I don't want to be all out front. I just want to work with my customers and kind of be behind the scenes. So what would you say to that person, Zondra?
I had this conversation last night on another show. There's something wrong. There's something wrong when you don't really understand that you are the brand. And this thing about being behind the scenes, it is not divine leadership in your business. And so for me, when I hear people say they behind the scenes kind of person, and I don't want to be in the front, but then are you really an entrepreneur? Because a real entrepreneur needs to be in the forefront of their business, because nobody buys anything from you because you got a logo or you got a good business process or you got a website. Nobody cares about the color of your website. I couldn't tell not one of y'all. Well, Superman, red, white, and blue, but anyhow, anybody else, I probably would not know the color of your website. People buy because of know, like, and trust factor. And it is up to you as a business owner. Nobody can talk about it better than you to be able to say, this is what I do, this is how I do it, and the finesse by which I bring to do that. So when people are saying that, the first thing I'm looking at them is, well, you need a coach if you're really in business, or you just playing as an entrepreneur. Is it a hobby or a business?
That's good. That's good. And totally true. I think, but I think we've been kind of conditioned to believe that it is, it's not right for us to be in front, it's like, we're bragging or, a lot of these things, which I think comes from people not really knowing what they're talking about. You know what I mean? I think we get people who are very vocal about wrong information. So I really am excited to have you here to kind of help people when it comes to media and when it comes to building your brand, because a lot of times we fall into that trap of thinking that, we should not be out in the front. When you're dealing with social media, sometimes you have no choice, but really understanding how to position your brand is something that a lot of people struggle with.
Well, but here's the thing. You own the narrative. So I struggle. I struggle with you own the narrative and the storyline. And by the way, you could tell me your story, but I won't regurgitate your story with the same passion and understanding and relevance. And so people need to understand that it's critically important that you actually own the narrative of your business. What are you talking about? I mean, should you be in business if you don't know how to talk about it? I mean, I don't know. Maybe not. And maybe you just funning. Because some people are just funny. People want to say they're an entrepreneur, but a real entrepreneur has ingenuity and creativity, and you're willing to step out into the uncomfortable zone and literally do what it takes in order to prevail. That's what entrepreneurship is. It's not being able to be in a box. It is not being able to say, well, everybody else is this, so I need to be that. No, you don't. You be who God called you to be and walk in your divine excellence, and you'll see that you'll become magnetic.
I love that, and we have two of our producers. We have Chanel and Kate, and they're having internet issues. So if you see them popping in and out, don't be alarmed. We're just trying to hold it down and show support. So really appreciate them being here. But somebody was speaking and I didn't mean to overtalk you, but people are looking like, what's going on? So just trying to keep y'all up to speed. Okay. But somebody was talking. I didn't mean to overtalk you.
I did have a question. So I'm sorry if I am somebody else was going to talk before I.
No, you're good.
Jennifer.
I want to be polite. But Zondra, one of the things that I'm very curious about is when you started doing this, and I know you had to be nervous because everybody's nervous on their first time. Your first show, your first therapy. Take me through it.
Baby. Look, I said baby. Well, first of all, here's the thing. Y'all know I ain't got no sense. So I'm just real. Listen, first of all, I didn't know nothing about being no talk show host at all. I promise you. I didn't know how to do segues and, I didn't know none of that. But I started out with my friends. Because I said, my real friends, the ones that ain't gonna judge me, be like, girl, let's start over again. I invited my girlfriends and I turned my home into a studio, the great room in my house. I turned it into a studio. I invited my friends and I said, I want to do 2 shows. And those 2 shows and they still on TV right now. All of my friends are still on TV. One was Dating in the New Millennium. And that was for my single girlfriends because I was single. And then I had my married girlfriends. And I was like, how is it to be married? How do you manage that in a marriage with social media? Because I know somebody probably hitting up your husband. What do you do? How do y'all handle that? So I wanted to talk about that. So I was really comfortable to talk to them because they're my friends. It's almost like I tell people to get comfortable with this little camera that is on your laptop. I had to learn some tricks, right? So I used to put my kids up. Their picture would be facing me and I'd be talking to them because I know they're not going to judge me down and tell me I ain't no good, even if I wasn't no good. So I invited my friends. I said, they'll tell me the truth. And so that's how I started. But I'll tell you this. God blessed me to have a producer and a director in one person. So the person that produced my shows is also a director. So he would get on his knee and adjust my mic. And he said, okay, what you need to do is you need to make sure that you watch the clock. So when you come out of break, he was talking me through it in such a nice way that even my girlfriends didn't know I was being coached. So he was coaching me all the way through it. And he continues to coach me to this day. I still listen to him. Oh, you're a little short on that one. Okay. Thank you. So that's kind of how it started. I started with my friends that I thought wouldn't judge me. That's it.
And the micro network. What brought you to start the micro network and the purpose of it? What made you feel that who would benefit?
I love the question. Thank you for asking me. Because I think when I talk about this micro network, people are like, But here's the thing. I do not think, this is my core belief about everything, y'all. And so this is just how I live. All what I went through was only to help somebody else go through. So that's my mindset. So there were things that happened in the early days that I said, nobody should have to do that. Like it was lonely, y'all, for me to go into TV by myself. It was just me. And I didn't have no other people to help me promote. It was just me. And I said, okay, I believe that other people will want to own their own network too. I do. But why should they have to spend the money that I spent? Because what y'all don't know is that at one point, God spoke to me and said, sell your primary home. I had a 5,000 square foot home on an acre of land, and I sold it for this vision because God said you're going to be a lender, not a borrower. So I thought I wasn't supposed to be borrowing no money for nothing. I'm going to take this money and I'm going to buy everything I need. So I didn't want people to have to, I wanted people to have a network, but not have to spend the money that I spent, because this is not no $1,000, y'all. This is like, okay, come on, 50, 60, 70. I don't think nobody should have to pay $50,000 or $60,000 to have your own network. So I figured out a way to do it that you could have it. I was like, they could have it in a safe environment. And not only that, nobody wants to start by themselves. I started by myself. And it was so lonely. I'm telling you, I was lonely. And I tell y'all, when I be get on stage, people be looking at me like, ain't nobody gonna be looking at TV on their phone. And now they looking at TV on their phone. Them same people knocking on my door, because it's like, okay, yeah, they really are, Zondra, you were right. So I wanted to create it where any woman or man, but you know, I'm you know, I like to focus on women first. But I want women to be able to have their own network inside of a seasoned network and be able to adopt everything that Zondra TV has as your own. You don't have to go out and win a multiple award. You're connected here. You're adopted here. You are part of this international awards that we've already won, so that you can rise faster. Now, here's the other piece of that. You start out with a micro network, but then I've got it all laid out for you where you could have your own network, but you would never go alone. Mm-hmm. You could have your own channel that you add, just like you add the Zondra TV channel, but we would take and socialize your content by taking some of the shows on Zondra TV and filling up your downloadable channel, so that you don't have to be alone. I think that we can rise together. There's enough out here for everybody, but learn in a controlled environment. And then I expect to see so many networks that, you know, rise up from here. I want to see you soar. So.
I love that. You know, and that just brings to mind the theme for Women's History Month is diversity, equity, and inclusion. So when you're thinking about that, how does that impact, you know, what you're doing at Zondra TV?
Oh, it so impacts y'all. Because, you know, I believe in diversity, equity, inclusion. Because, you know, I'm an old HR girl. You know, I spent years at Intel and HR. So, you know, I'm an old HR girl. So DE&I is really important to me. But what is more important to me than anything else is that I believe that we are all created equal, period, in the discussion. And I also believe that this is not a Black-owned network. You know, I'm a Black woman. I mean, hello. I mean, I can't change this. Hello, I am. I'm a Black-owned woman. I'm a Black entrepreneur, owner. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, I don't feel like I am doing my job unless there's multi-ethnicity on this network. So that's why I'm so excited. Not to mention that was a prophecy 3 years ago that's coming true. I'm so excited about the people we have in Australia and the people in London. I want all people. It's about all people that have a positive message, that you actually want to be a part of positive programming. This is the place for you.
Yeah. Love that. So I think Kate has moved to a different location. So Kate, we're gonna let you on mic and share what's coming up for you, girl.
Hey y'all, it was a I had to literally leave and drive so I could get some reception. So I have quite a few things coming up. Of course, my husband Christopher and myself, we have Graceful Gatherings with the Thurman. Sorry, y'all. It's a lot going on. Sorry about that. I'm literally outside trying to do this. So we have Graceful Gatherings with the Thurmans. We have the Lounge with Kate Thurman in Atlanta, Georgia on April 19th. We have a soiree, a masquerade ball on April 20th. We have so many different things coming up. On this Friday, we'll be with Lachelle, Anita, and a few others from the She Said Yes to Herself, Empower Herself guidebook. We're going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm trying to see what else. I got something on, y'all. It's a lot. And it's a lot to get in this show. So, you know, I'm trying to catch my breath. Okay?
Well, we are so glad that you're here. And, the dedication, I mean, that just really, that's the spirit of this team is that, we do what it takes to make it work and really appreciate you. I just see you like some kind of superwoman just running around doing what you got to do to get a signal. So I just really appreciate it. I mean, that's just really some leadership. Seriously. We
Thank you. I'm trying. I'm a part of the team. I'm a team player. I was gonna make it happen. I was gonna get on here. I left the house with my slippers on.
I love it. And she's, it's all about the marketing. She's like, look, I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to say, but let me get this in what we got going on. So I love it. I love it.
Well. She's been taught well. Uh-huh.
So I'm just gonna drop a little nugget. I'll be in Atlanta on the 17th.
All right. All right.
You come to the lounge with Kate Thurman?
No, April 17th. Did you say you got something on the April 19th?
Yes. Well, listen, we got our 5th person, the book lounge with Kate Thurman. Look at God.
Won't he do it every time?
You're number 6. Yeah.
Won't he do it? Won't he do it?
I love it.
He did
I love it.
Oh,
No time like the present. Look, you know what? If you don't ask, the answer's always no. I love it. So no time like the
No, you know what the answer is. I don't know. I don't know. Because I ain't asked nobody.
This is true. This is true. I love that. I love that. So Chanel, I don't know if you're able to unmic, but I know you are always the one with the questions. So let's see if we can get you in here.
I think I'm stable now.
Okay.
So I want to say thank you again for the opportunity. Zondra, my questions for you are, if you had 3 mindsets that have carried you from start to where you are right now at this moment, what are those 3 mindsets that you could share with us?
Oh, that's a good question. So, the 3 mindsets for me is faith, focus, and really passion. I think it's the passion behind doing what I do. So that's been my mindset. I'm walking in faith, so I got a faith mindset. I know how things are going to kind of, it's not going to be totally easy. I mean, I've had some really big challenges through this. So it would be faith, focus, and my passion, because that's what's really taken me to where we are. Most people would have quit a long time ago. Girl, listen. I mean, yeah. I mean, I can remember, I needed, am I done, Jesus? But I wasn't done. So my passion helped to propel me.
And so when I'm thinking about, because I was like one of the first producers in the incubator, the first incubator. And, there's a lot of growing pains, and a lot of people think, oh my gosh, look at where she is now. They just think that is so easy. So talk to us, because some people, when they're going through the journey, when they have some of those growing pains, they think, oh, I don't know if I'm making the right decision. It's like some challenge comes and they're just ready to go a different direction, thinking that might be a sign that they need to do something else. So talk to us a little bit about that.
There's been so many challenges. There's been so many things that you could literally say, I'm out, deuces. I ain't doing this no more. I mean, every single step, when I say every step, nothing has been calculated. The Excel spreadsheet ain't never equaled out. It's always been like, ooh, no. If I look at that Excel spreadsheet, I'll be like, girl, you better come on, and because it didn't equal out. But God, He continuously provided our needs. And so everything's been a faith walk. I'm talking about 1000%. Go from this little studio to the next studio. It was a faith walk, being obedient and just doing. I know it don't make no sense. Like the studio we're in today, how I got that studio is because I was going to the restroom and I heard a voice inside of me. A little voice said, look through the mail slot. Now, most people ain't finna look through no mail slot, old fashioned mail slot. But I was like, be obedient, gonna look through the mail slot. When I looked at the mail slot, it was like, this is your next studio. And I was like, okay, well then I got to call the people. But as I was talking to the people, then it was like someone was saying, tell them this and tell them that. And I was just saying, no, we won't do this. We're going to put a cap on this. I'm talking like I really know what I'm doing. Y'all ain't know what I was doing. You know, God gave me the answers. And I talked to them and they were like, oh, 2 to 3 days before you would know you're going to get it. And then they called me back in an hour and a half and said, we accepted your offer. And the offer was only, y'all listen, that studio should have cost me somewhere between $700 and $800 more a month. $300. That's what I could really afford. And so I just said what I said. So to me, it's the whole thing is just faith walking and believing. But I believe, but here's the thing though. I believe a lot of people talk about they walking in faith, but I don't know that they really believe it. You know, you can't be like shucking and jiving. If you really faith walking, you gotta really believe that you gotta believe God. And that's a whole level of what I call differential faith. Differential faith is truly with blinders on it. I don't really know, but I'm kind of weaving through. Now, one of the things too, in the early days, you know, I was telling people, I don't say it so much now, but I used to tell people, if you come here, I'm on a faith walk. And if Jesus tell me to turn this corner hard left, I'm just going to say, put your seatbelt on tight. We got to make this hard left.
Amen. I'm a witness.
You a witness of it. I've done. He said. Everybody, you know, they you know, their neck is okay. But I that's what I had to do in the early days, is to truly trust God. Whatever he told me to do, I did it. And I still do that. I mean, I ain't nothing changed. There ain't nothing changed. I don't know what's happening 2 weeks from now. Not really. Not really. So.
Love that. That was good. I love what Robin says. She says, look through the mail slot. Odd but obedient. So true. You know, when you're dealing with what God says, you never know where he's going to take you. So I love that.
Yeah.
Kate, did you have something else you wanted to add?
No, I'm just thankful to be able to get in the show tonight. And let me just be a part of the panel tonight, because I don't know. I'm outside and the car's coming, so let me listen.
I love that. I mean, you know, this is the thing. When you have people around you that really encourage and inspire and support you, you just will do what it takes, you know, and that's one thing that I would say that I have really gotten from working with Zondra, is that she just, you know, there is no, we can't do this. It's how can we do this? You know, it's never this negative mindset. I mean, it's always about lifting other people up and helping them. It's just amazing. So when you're thinking about prepping people, like even, you know, being the leader of the producers, you know, now it's like over 60 producers, you know, what type of things do you have planned for, you know, the end of the year? You know, that's a good.
Well, I'll just tell you, I don't know what's going on. Well, here's the thing. So we got a couple of things that's going to happen, right? So we know we having the TV media tour with Laquita, and we're excited about that. And so that, you know, that's going to be, I mean, we're trailblazing women. I believe we could do anything, yo. So, you know, when she said it, I was like, I got on board immediately. Like, okay, I'm supporting you. Everything doesn't have to be about me and what I'm doing. Every single producer that is here, no matter what you have, no matter what you're doing, I am there to support you and to uplift you. I'll be telling them, like, use me as a trump card if you need to. I don't really care, because at the end of the day, I just want us all to live together. So we got that going on. We're going to have our first national training meeting in Dallas. And then we are having our very first Zonti Awards. So I'm excited about doing an awards ceremony. That's going to be amazing. And hopefully all the producers can be there. You know, I know some people may not be able to come, but at the end of the day, it'll be the majority of us coming together. And then, of course, we are in the process of moving to a new studio that is about 3 times the size of what y'all have experienced. Yeah, baby, go ahead. Click, 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 click. Because click, where it's got the Excel spreadsheet might not be working out. No, I don't know. This is another faith walk. I never saw this coming, but this is going to be a huge move for us, so that we could do more and better. And as we have these micro networks, we want you to bring your, talent in. We want other talent to be exposed to it. And so we are just out of space. Y'all know we was over there like, go move to the side. We're out of space. And the lease is up. And so God provided a way. And so again, that's a big faith move for Zondra TV, but we're excited. And then later on in the year, my hopes and dreams is that we will have Africa online. So that's really what we're trying to do. So
love it. Love it. Awesome. All right. So Jennifer, why don't you talk to us a little bit about your magazine and what you wanted to accomplish with Zondra in terms of, that collaboration?
Well, as you ladies know, I Am Magazine has been open for 4 years. We're an international digital magazine that is distributed worldwide in English and Spanish. And that is a market that we are very happy to share with everybody that comes into the magazine. I'm always looking for writers, by the way. But one of the things that it really intrigued me is the ability to have the Spanish, especially the Spanish population or the Spanish-speaking population in a network that is on demand. I know there's in different countries, they have their own TV networks and stuff like this, but it is not on demand. This is something that is more American and European in nature. Mm-hmm. So by giving them an option for them to come in and be in a network where they can tell their friends and their families, because they do watch on demand. They get Roku, they get Netflix, they get all these things on demand, but they cannot participate. This is huge. This is such a huge opportunity to bring it to them. And I'm so excited. And I know that at the beginning, they're going to be wondering, do I do this? Just like how we talk, there's a minute of doubt. And then you have the naysayers that are going to and tell you all negative kind of things. But it just takes that one brave person that says, you know what? I believe this is my way. And it's just this is just the beginning. Next year is gonna even be better and bigger, and I'm looking forward to just continue growing with Zondra TV with Lachelle, and I'm just very excited. In the magazine, I mean, we are partnering it up these packages with marketing packages that would include the interview too. We have a little bit more of, they know the magazine. They might not know Zondra TV, but the fact that we're pairing it together, then it's for them a lot easier to accept. Next year, it's going to be I can just imagine everybody's just want to wait, waiting list. We're going to have to get other hosts in Spanish to do this.
Love that.
Ooh. I got to say something about that.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I get chills every time I think about it. Because I think part of the glory of it all is in the story. 3.5 years ago, because I have more than one developer, y'all. Okay, I got a developer, and then I got another super developer that does live TV and all that kind of stuff. Because everybody can. We're kind of very big. So you need to have more than one. But my original developer asked me 3.5 years ago, he said, Zondra, we love your programming. It's so organic and natural. And, would you ever consider Spanish programming? And I was like, yeah, of course I would. I said, if it's positive programming, if it's faith and inspiration, if it's positive that it will help people to navigate their journey, I would love to have Spanish speaking on Zondra TV. But that was 3.5 years ago, y'all. And so maybe about 6 months later, I went to this called NRB, National Religious Broadcast. And this man, Hispanic man, I just said, this is it. He coming. You know how you just think you got something coming. And that man disappeared like a vapor. He had said, oh, I would like to, I like to do my shows in your studio in Spanish. And I was so excited. I said, thank you, Jesus. It's coming to pass. That man disappeared like a vapor. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because I believe that I Am Magazine, this is a divine appointment for you all to be the first in the market. So, and a woman. So this is a divine assignment right now. So for me, when Lachelle, you think you're gonna bring it in yourself. See, that's another thing. You stop thinking you got it all on lock. You ain't got it on lock. When Lachelle said that, I was like, oh my God. I had to tell her the testimony, because to me, that I knew that it would come to pass. I didn't know when, I didn't know how, but it came through Lachelle. But the point I'm making is, it wasn't for that man to be the first Spanish speaking. It was for a woman, because I stand for women. Let me tell you something. Baby, what we can do together, like they say, no man can separate this. If we really stand firm and understand the power of lifting and holding each other's arms up, ain't no stopping. There's no stopping. So,
I love that when you were talking about it not coming through you, because that was a hard lesson I had to learn. I used to think that, okay, this is my baby, my thing.
Yeah.
How are you able to navigate through kind of letting go some of those things? I think because a lot of business owners struggle with that.
Boy, I tell you, when you get tired enough, you be like, when you start jerking like this, you be like, I'll take any help I can get. I mean, y'all know I ain't got no sense. Yeah, when you get tired enough, you'll get some people.
So will.
Can you lead that? Can you do that? Like you micro network girls, I already got something lined up for y'all. Y'all finna be okay. Chanel, we ready to have you MC something. And I'm already like, there are people here. Why shouldn't your light shine so that men and women can see the good works that Christ has done through you? So for me, it's an honor for other people to do components of this. I'll lean on Lachelle so much. I'll be like, Lachelle, can you do this training here today? And she'll send me something like, well, what does slide number 12 really mean? I don't mind answering that. But at the end of the day, there are competent people in Zondra TV Network that have been here long enough. They've watched me, they've heard me. And I don't think people need to be like me. I just think you need to be able to dish out that information, because it's consistent and it happens all the time. So my thing is, learn everything you need to learn, you guys. Let me tell you, learn TV. If you don't do nothing else, learn television. Not because we're in TV, but because everything is happening through Roku, Amazon, and Apple. Therefore, you have to learn this business. This is it's a revenue stream for you. It's a lot of things, but more importantly, it is where you're going to trailblaze and be who you want to be.
Love that. That is just on point. Love that. So we see
Yes.
Go ahead, Jennifer. You want to say
just something? Agreeing. Absolutely. I agree.
Love that. Well, this has been a wonderful conversation, and I know we have lots coming up. We do have this TV media tour. And tell us just a little bit more about that, Zondra, before we go around and give our final thoughts and things of that nature.
I'm so excited about this TV media bus tour. I'm like, get on the bus, Gus. Don't play. Y'all get on this bus, because it's just gonna be epic. So here's the thing. I don't really get behind stuff that ain't really going to help the entrepreneur. You're not going to find me just going like, I was like, yeah, we're going to do this. And yeah, we're going to do that. If it really isn't helping you, I'm not really, I can't get behind it because my storyline got to be pure to help an entrepreneur. So when it was presented, I was like, oh my goodness, this is great. Because every entrepreneur, not some, every entrepreneur are going to need digital assets for the second half of the year. So you think about it, it's in May. Everything get prepared for you while you're there. Plus, you're going to get training so you can prepare yourself for 2025. Plus, you're going to be in, get to mix with celebrities and with people all from Austin and Temple and everywhere. You're going to be mixing with all these people. Bring your business cards. It's going to be a ton of fun. Everything is going to come together for you so that you are positioned to soar in the second half of the year. Everybody need it. You need an interview on TV. You need to have a press release written about your business. All of that's going to happen in the room. Get on the bus. And by the way, I don't know when you could take a bus to and from. It's about 140 miles. 140 miles to and from on the bus with snacks and trivia. And then you get to go to a mixer. And then your hotel is included. And you're going to get all of those assets I just talked about for $650. Y'all got to be kidding me. The one asset costs $650. So this is not about a money thing. This is about a mission thing. Our mission is to help you be successful as a small business entrepreneur. Period. End of discussion. So we all coming together. And by the way, all these speakers that's going to be on the panel, ain't none of us getting paid. It's not about us getting paid. It's about spewing some truth into your life to help you navigate your business journey. Period. I'm excited.
Love that. Love that.
Get excited.
All right. That's awesome. So we have tvmediatour.com running across the bottom of the screen. That's how you can find out. Reserve your seat so that you can join us. So we're excited about that. And we are going to start wrapping this thing up. I tell you, an hour just doesn't seem like enough time, but we want to go around, give our final thoughts. And if there's any other last things that you would like to share about just being a part of the network. I think I always love hearing Zondra when she's in the room, because I just think it's important to recognize the gift that we have to be able to hear directly from the visionary, but I think that it's also important for her to be able to hear the feedback, about everybody's experience about being with the network. So we will go around and start with Chanel. We'll start with you.
What exactly am I supposed to be saying, Lachelle? I know we're supposed to be starting, but
but just your experience, interacting, takeaways, anything that's coming up for you.
I want to say that. Okay, well, being with Zondra Evans is like an experience like none other. I really want to challenge people to come down to Texas. When I say they do it big in Texas, they do it big in Texas. Just an amazing woman, a courageous entrepreneur. The foresight that they have for this media tour. If you haven't gotten your tickets, what are you waiting for? Stop what you're doing and go right on over right now. Being with this collaboration with Lachelle spearheading us and just kind of bringing us together to see how we can network and collaborate has really been a game changer, not just for my business and my brand, but it's been something that's impacted me personally as well. So that's been my takeaways from this experience.
Love that. And what's the best place for people to get a hold of you?
Oh, they can go right on over to she said yes to herself at gmail.com. That's where they can connect with me at.
Awesome. All right. So Jennifer, we're going to go to you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here today. I'm loving the opportunity. I have not been able to go and be with you guys, but I do have family in Texas. I have my parents live in the Woodlands, so that is a great excuse to go that way on May and have some experiences together.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And what's the best way for everybody to get a hold of you?
Of course, you go to iammagazine.com. You can go look, just find us or look it up in Google for I Am Magazine International, and it will give you our website. We do have a something special for Women's History Month this month we're offering a small class. It's called Unshackling Your Mind, a journey to radical self-discovery, every Saturday at 11 a.m. Just go visit us on our website or through Facebook. Look us up. I Am Magazine. You get all the information there, and we're waiting for you.
All right. Gracias. Next, we're going to be having some Spanish lessons.
Baby.
You know.
Oye, ¿cómo va?
A little salsa. Wait, just a little salsa and rhythm.
Yeah, right.
Moving those hips. We gotta go.
I love it. I love it.
That's right.
But seriously, we need to have like a vocabulary word of the day. You know, that's something within our community. At least
I love it. I agree. I think we do have this year, we are talking about metanoia in the magazine. So maybe every single time we meet, we introduce one of the words that we talk about in our magazine.
Absolutely. Yeah. I love it.
You know what? And that could be a bumper also, between our shows. That could be a bumper that every morning at, 7:59, we do the word of the day is da-da-da.
That's right. Yes.
We can do that too. So we can do anything we want to do, y'all. What else y'all want to do?
Look, don't get me started. Don't get me started, because I can come up with some stuff. All right.
Ain't that the truth? We already writing a book. I was like, we are
writing a book, y'all. We writing a book. Okay. All right. So Ari, over to you.
So going to Dallas was so much more than I could have even dreamed it was going to be. Miss Zondra, I'm going to tell y'all right now, and I don't say this a lot, and people that know me know I don't say it. She is the exact same person that you see right here is who she is in person. And it is so hard nowadays to see somebody from afar, and then when you get up close, they are that person. That same person. And so I just really appreciated the opportunity. And if I don't get to give you your flowers, I'm going to give them to you now, ma'am. I appreciate you for the space that you are providing, because I'm telling y'all, she is out here offering opportunities to learn. And she's not worried about, if you're going to be successful. She wants you to be successful. She like, please go learn this and go be successful. And let's all do this together. Please take the information so I can be like, look at my babies. That's literally how she looks at everybody. She wants to see you become the best version of yourself. And that's a hard thing to find. And then on top of that, the cherry on the cake is that she is a believer. And she is a kingdompreneur. And I absolutely, that is what just made my entire life the whole time I was in Dallas. And so I cannot say thank you enough. I don't know what y'all doing if y'all not getting on the bus. As she said, get on the bus, Gus. I don't know what y'all doing. I know I'm going on the bus. That's my next goal. I got the date on the calendar. We were trying to figure out. I said, I'm going to be in 2 places at once. I'm going to figure something out. But get on the bus. Get on the bus. Like she said, learn. She's giving these opportunities that are coming from herself, Dr. LaQuita Monley and Raquel. Like there's a whole team of people that are out here ready for everyone, to just be able to be successful and be their best self. We all going together. So that's my takeaways. And just the faith that she's had to just see this come to fruition. Child, please did everything for me while I was there. Did it all.
Oh, love it. I love it. I love it. And now what's the best way for people to get a hold of you, Ari?
Oh, okay. So with that being said, social media handles, you can find me on LinkedIn, Ari Wells. You can also find me on Facebook. I'm also with these wonderful ladies, with Anita, Lachelle, and Chanel, Kate, for Black Women Bossed Up. So you can also reach out to me on blackwomenbossedup@gmail.com also.
All right. Love it. All right. And Anita, we're over to you.
Man, how you gonna put me last this time? I thought I can't even. They said everything. Look, they done did it all. They done said it all. Look, y'all. Like they said, if you ain't on the bus, baby, you gonna be missing out. Look, I'm on the faith walk, right? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like Zondra. Just give me the check. I ain't got no checks. Just give me the checkbook, because I'm gonna make sure that I'm on that bus. And I really need you all to consider that are watching. That you need to be on this bus, because it's going to be some phenomenal things going on. I am so excited to be a part of this team, y'all. I be so excited, y'all. I be forgetting I got a whole TV show. I don't never even be talking about it when I get on the mic. I be like, oh yeah, I am a TV producer, huh? Because I'm so excited about being in the room with y'all all the time, right? But I am so excited. Being in Dallas was such a phenomenal experience. Being around that kind of energy, I like to call it synergy, because when you put it all together, it just takes you to a higher level of, where you probably came. You thought you was already feeling good. Baby, we was all the way up here. I was like, we got to go home. I got to go back to Georgia for real. You going to really make me get on the plane? Please let me stay. Please, Miss Zondra, let me stay. Let me stay.
There was a level of sadness going on.
Baby, a level. It was a whole deep depression on this way. So, I enjoyed being around all of you ladies so much, and I am enjoying the collaboration that we're doing, the teamwork. I was reaching out to Chanel today. I was like, girl, I need your help. Help me. I need some help. So we all support each other, and I love that about this team, and we just continue to push each other forward. And I don't want you to have to ask me. So you can reach me on all things social media at Anita N, the Biz Coach. That's on Facebook, that's on YouTube, Instagram, and a few other ones I can't remember right now because I'm tired. But one of the things I have coming up, the big event that I actually will have Lachelle on and some more awesome folks. Raquel is going to be one of our speakers.
Mm-hmm.
We have the 2024 second annual summit coming up, the Funding Your Future Summit. So I'm putting some folks together, y'all, that's going to help us do some of these things that Zondra is telling us we need to do. We need to not only think outside the box and forget about the box. Ain't no box no more. Okay. Mm-hmm. So we're teaching people how to fund their future. So I'm so excited about that. And I hope you all are part of it. Thank you.
And tell them who the keynote is.
See, that's why she my coach too, y'all. Because look here. She my Memorex and all of that. It's a live on Memorex. She Memorex. So I'm telling my age. We have Kim Schooley that's going to be our keynote. Now, some people don't know who she is. I was like, who's that lady? I don't know. But when I got that book, I found out who she was. She helps women manage and learn how to, build financial futures for themselves. So she's the co-author of what is it again? How Money Works for Women.
How Money Works for Women.
Yes, this is Women History Month, y'all. We are making history. So be a part of it. Do something about it. Let's go.
All right. Yeah. Love it. Y'all are doing phenomenal things. It's so funny because I used to think that I was doing a lot. And every time I turn around, I'm like, okay, we got this going on. What? I just love the collaboration. It is just like on overdrive. It is really exciting to see everybody coming together, doing the things that they do. And it's like you can accomplish so much more when you have a team, so I'm just loving the camaraderie and just the support. And I just always tell everybody, look, you want people to know who you are before you show up. And I just want to say, you guys did not disappoint. You guys were and you still continue to be phenomenal, just showing up. So I'm just overjoyed and looking forward to all the lives that we will impact through the content on Keep It Real TV. So I'm going to leave the last words for Zondra. So over to you.
Well, first of all, thank y'all for coming to Dallas. And as much as you are saying that I impacted your lives, I think that you underestimate the impact that you had on me. And so I want to say thank you. Sometimes as a business owner, you need a shot of energy that, this is what it is. And that I can help to build and celebrate these women that I don't even know. So I appreciate y'all. Like I talk about y'all all the time. Okay, all the time. I say, oh, them girls is on fire. I need some fire. Y'all came and brought the fire. So thank you for that. So I think you underestimate that when you entered in the room, the atmosphere also changed. Mm-hmm. And you created and gave us an injection of energy that we also needed in Zondra TV Network. So know that you are special to me. I have to say this because, and I know we over time, but I want to say this. When the micro network, this is what I do, y'all. You can't really see it, but I'll be like, okay, well then if we do this, and then I turn it over and say, oh, well, wait. I was waiting on some Thai food. Just telling the whole story. Didn't need no noodles, but I was waiting. And I had been doodling trying to put together this micro network. But then again, I just got this little unction in my spirit that said Lachelle's supposed to be the first micro network on Zondra TV. Girl, I'm obedient. So I called and I said, girl, you supposed to be the first micro network on TV. And she said, okay, well, I don't know. What did that mean? And I said, I don't know. And I hung up the phone. I really didn't know. But let me tell you, you all are the first of the micro network, content creators. I'm telling you, you got to know that you're special. All of y'all, Jennifer, Ari, Anita, Chanel, y'all it's divine appointment here, assignment. Y'all don't even, I don't think y'all get it. So when I look at y'all, I look at the outpour of being obedient, because that's what I heard. Did I not call you?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
You asked me what it meant. I said, I don't know. Girl,
building the plane.
I don't know. I really don't know. But do you understand? Y'all wouldn't have been here if your obedience is tied to somebody's destiny. So when you understand that you got to be obedient because it's tied to somebody else's destiny. If you at the stoplight and the light is red and then it turned green and you still stay on the brake, there are people behind you holding up their destiny where they need to get to. Do you understand? Every last one of you. So if anybody that's listening to this, I'm telling you, your obedience is tied to somebody else's destiny. So you have to do what you have to do. It's not going to always make sense, but I'm praying that you guys will be obedient to what you're supposed to do because it is tied to somebody else. And so I thank y'all. This is an amazing journey. I wouldn't even want to be on it without y'all. Like, this is just totally amazing. And then for the people that's watching, I just want to tell them that life circumstances don't define them, but it only creates depth in your character. So the life circumstances come because it's creating depth in who you are. Don't let it disappoint you or cause you to hiccup that you never go forward. It's okay. It's okay. You will prevail. So that's it for me tonight. I love y'all. Thank y'all for being a part of Zondra TV Network. I can't wait to see, but we're going to have Espanol and all the people here like Feliz Navidad. All my stuff going to be in Spanish too. So.
I love it. Love it.
I just cannot wait. So I'm excited, y'all. Thank y'all. And God bless and keep you all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And thank you guys so much for watching. Please feel free to put any comments or questions in the chat. We definitely will go back and answer those questions for you. Remember, tvmediatour.com, May 30th and 31st. We're going to be going to Killeen, Texas. And we're going to be having a phenomenal time to get you ready for your digital and media presence with your brand. So again, this has just been an honor. We appreciate everybody who was watching and share the video. If somebody didn't get a chance to see it, don't try to say what we said, just let them hear it firsthand. So share the video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you guys next week. We're going to have more guests, but we just are honored to have Zondra have joined us today. So everybody have a phenomenal rest of your week, and happy Women's History Month.